Okay, there we go. So we'll start as we usually do in our steady and sweet seat of Sukhasana. So just taking your time, cultivating that space, feeling the sits bones ground down, feeling the length of your spine, reaching through the crown of your head, and just invite certain spaces of your body to lengthen up and other spaces of your body to settle down. Feel that nice opposite effect going on in your body that should feel pretty natural, but still just being able to notice those differences and appreciate them a little bit. And once you feel your body is in a sweet and steady enough space, we'll start our breath practices, all 12 rounds, beginning with the sighs. And followed by the calming breath. And deepening that breath to anchor into the diaphragmatic breath. And transitioning right into the bee's breath as you inhale, lengthen your arms up. And as you exhale, bring your hands down to Lotus Mudra at heart center. Breathe in. And out. Mm. 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 And allowing the hands to come to the body, one at heart center, one at tummy center. As you continue to breathe in and out here, as you inhale, feeling the belly swell a little bit, letting it take on that form of the bold and very mirrored to us ball of sunshine. Let them mirror each other well, internal and external. And this idea of linking the space of your heart to the fire of the sun, being able to harness that energy for the short amount of summer season that we have left. What projects, what intentions, what goals might you have had at the end of spring or the beginning of summer that maybe haven't yet come to completion? Do we need to use the sun's energy to just kind of burn that goal away for now? Maybe it wasn't meant for us this year. Or do we need to harness the energy of the sun to really power through and complete the goal that we set up? for ourselves or the intention. And releasing your hands down, let your hands rest open on your knees. This is definitely a mudra of receiving, of allowing yourself to be open to receiving the abundance of whatever is out there wanting to get in to your space. So just give yourself this moment, maybe give yourself this class time to be open to that abundance around you. And we'll kind of tap into that idea with our seasonal symbol of the day, which is the harvest, which invites us to gather in. So let's inhale and reach arms up as you exhale, coming all the way over onto your hands and your knees. You have a prop on your mat, give yourself a moment to clear your space. And once your space is cleared and your body is set, start with just pelvic tuck and tilt. So don't go with the great big movement yet of cat cow. Really press down through the palms of your hands. Make sure your elbows feel springy. Make sure your shoulders and your rib cage feel strong. And just start to move only your pelvis. You're just going to basically ask your pelvis to do cat cow and not much else of your body. Make sure you relax your jaw. Just like when we were seated, there was parts of our body that were kind of pressing down and parts of our body that were straining up. It's the same in this pose, except there's parts of our body that are trying to hold strong and parts of our body that are trying to rest or relax or soften. So just kind of again feel both of those energies moving through you. Take 3 more rounds of pelvic tuck and tilt. And after that third round, you can rest back in child's pose unless you're already in the mood for something bigger and you want to pop up into downward facing dog. That's totally fine. Just give your hands a little bit of a rest if you are in child's pose. If you chose to come to downward facing dog, you might be alternately pedaling the heels or rocking the hips, letting it be a warm up pose instead of a strength based pose. Another breath here. And then coming back to that nice stable pose, pressing into each of the 4 points. And this time we'll come into that movement that we do with the shoulders, that serratus push-up. And so remember in this one, you're allowing the heart to get closer to your mat simply by drawing, I say simply, that's funny, I know, simply by drawing your shoulder blades together towards your spine. And then you rise back up by pressing the spine through the shoulder blades and let the shoulder blades feel like they're reaching out to their perspective left and right. So you're going to dip, the elbows do not bend, but you get a couple inches closer to your mat, or your heart does. And then you press up. So remember when we talked about, it's almost like creating a taco shell with your shoulder blades here. So if I was behind you, I would be able to stick my hand in between your shoulder blades like the filling of a taco. And then you press up, you're flattening that out and creating a very flat surface along the shoulder blades. So just take that movement a couple more times. And then same thing after this next one, give yourself a moment to kind of reset. If your hands are doing okay and you want to do downward facing dog, again, that's definitely an option. I always really like to give a counter stretch to my hands after being in tabletop. So child's pose is a better place for that to happen. Last breath here. And coming right back into that stable 4-point pose. Now let's come into cat cow. So finding that nice full rhythm, letting all of those aspects, the shoulders and the pelvis, the fullness of the spine, connecting them, come into that full range of movement, feeling the stretch along the front of your spine as you breathe in, and the stretch along the back of your spine as you breathe out. Letting the movement take up more space, not only in your body, but in the space around you as you take a couple more rounds. And then let it morph into that circular variation. So as you exhale and round into cat, keep exhaling. Bring your sits bones to your heels, your elbows to your mat. As you inhale, pull the torso between the forearms. Lift your elbows, press up into your swoopy spine. Exhale, round, press back and down. Feel the breath helping you smooth this movement out, making it really fluid. And you can stay with this direction, or if you're working for a little more strength based, as you come up the next time, reverse direction. Instead, inhale, let the heart come down to hover above your mat. Press the sits bones back towards your heels, lengthening through your arms, rounding your back as you exhale and coming up. So again, either direction is great. They both work really well in the body. The one going front just builds a little more strength, and the one going backwards is a little more soothing. Last round of whichever one you're in. And as you exhale up, come back into a neutral back, cross your ankles over each other, and roll over your feet onto your seat. Keep rolling, extend the legs out in front of you. And you might have to scooch on your mat, but we're gonna come all the way down onto our backs. So just nice full circle, rolling all the way over. Once you get down onto your back, lift your feet off your mat, bend your knees, hug your knees in, rock from side to side. Coming right into that comforting, soothing, and playful place in your body. So in this pose, you might give yourself a moment to consider, are there still things that you wanted to get done this summer? Are there things that you want to get done before winter comes in and gives us full permission to snuggle in and stay home? Are there things that you wanted to get done that you did get done? Can you take a moment to just bask in the warm sunlight of knowing that you got something done that you wanted to? And if there's still a couple of things out there on the out layer, see if you can just shine your sunlight on those things, see them clearly, see if it's something that can be accomplished this summer, or if it's something that you started and might need to wait until next year, or that can be carried forward into autumn, or that simply just needs to be composted and let go. Release one of your legs, bring your hands over to your left leg, stretch your right leg out. Come into a few rounds of Bhavana Muktasana. So that's kind of how I am with my garden every year. I always have a couple of goals with the garden, and I never, ever, ever meet them all. And I always realize that there's a reason. Sometimes I've set too many goals. Sometimes I wasn't disciplined enough with my time. Sometimes other things that were more important in the moment just took precedence. As you finish this round of Pavana Muktasana, let the knee open like you do in tree pose. And then bring the knee through center. Relax your extended right leg and come into your twist. And so I usually have a moment where I look out over the garden and I'm like, oh my gosh, again, I had another year again where I didn't accomplish all the things that I set out to accomplish. And I have like a little moment where I'm mad and frustrated and disappointed and all of the things. Ease your way back to center. Hug your knees in. We'll take those 3 moves to the second side. So when you're ready, stretching your left leg out, hands to the right. Just begin with Pavana Muktasana. But then I remember that we definitely grow our garden, at least my portion of the garden, for more than just ourselves. Our very initial intention with the big push of that garden was to make it a pollinator garden, so that the pollinators got just as much, if not more, out of it than we do. Let the knee open to its side. Bring your knee back through center, cross it over, coming into your twist. So not only when I leave more plants behind than I meant to, do the pollinators get it all summer long, but then when I leave those seed heads on, the birds get it all winter long. And keeping those roots in the ground is good for the ground. It keeps space and air in the soil. Work your body back to center. So even though my end goal might not have been exactly what I wanted, hug your knees in and rock around. There are still ways to shine light on those things, to see the good, to see the promise, to take heart that your work will be used or completed or fulfilled, maybe by another. Letting the knees open a little bit, flex your feet, curl up and grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Let the soles of your feet shine up, let the knees open more, and start to rock and happy baby. Sometimes your goal might be something a little bit different. It might be you would really wanted to organize some more family time. And maybe because you didn't, somebody else had to pick up the torch and take action. And maybe that's exactly what they needed. So just as we get to the end of the summer and you see things yet to be accomplished that may not be accomplished, I just invite you to shine some sunshine on those things and see it full picture, full 360. Give it your full perspective so that you can maybe find some positives in the things that you did accomplish and as well as the things that you did not accomplish. Let the soles of your feet come together and let the knees open even more. You might need to curl up to grab the outside edges of your feet before trying to bring the shoulders and the head back down, coming into a nice, deep stretch for the inner thighs. How's your breath? Releasing your feet, letting the knees come back to each other. Bring your arms down by your sides. Inhale, reach the legs and the arms up. Now, as you exhale and bend your knees, I'm going to ask you to decide how you want your arms to move. Maybe they go behind you, or maybe they come down to your mat. Or maybe you decide to take a full range of movement with your arms. So as the legs come up, if your hands are behind you, maybe they come all the way down to the mat next to you. And as your knees bend, maybe your hands go up and stretch overhead. So let your legs be steady, up and down, reaching the heels for the sky as you push your sits bones and your hip bones down into your mat, but maybe let your arms find their own way. Take one more of these. And the next time your legs are long, put your hands on the outsides of your thighs. Inhale with resistance open. Exhale with resistance closed. Inhale with resistance open. Exhale with resistance closed. Take two more of those. And as your legs come back to each other, release your hands. Press your left ankle over your right. And then maybe place your hands on the backs of your thighs and pull them a little bit more towards you. Feel the crazy stretch on the right calf. And then release. Switch the cross and pull the legs towards you again. And then bend your knees, hug them in, rock up to your seat. So I'll share a little bit now from the book, Harvesting to Gather In. Coming back to that open hand variation, palms somewhere on your legs or your knees, or maybe even in your lap, but palms resting open. Long ago, you planted a metamorphic seed, perhaps the start of a project, a relationship, a business. You nurtured it, you watered it, you loved it, and tended as it began to grow. You watched in awe as your dream began to take on form and substance. And now, it's time to savor what you have grown, gathering in this season's abundance and letting your heart expand with the knowledge of your own ability to create ascendantly. Think back. What was that seed you planted? Maybe in the intervening time, you've forgotten to appreciate your own labor and nurturance. Maybe what you have tended has become so commonplace to you that you hardly notice it anymore. This is often the case with seeds that grow slowly, such as marriages, partnerships, family, career, businesses you've started. Conversely, projects with a shorter growth cycle are often seen as stepping stones. No sooner do we finish knitting a sweater or painting a picture than we start on the next one. Take a moment to pause, to gather in the harvest, to breathe in gratitude for your own creations so they can fill your heart. It takes a lot of time, energy, and effort to get to the harvest. Think through the things you've created, crafted, nurtured, and grown. Allow the harvest to fill you and nourish you in return. So again, take that moment, switch your hands, placing one on your heart and one on your tummy. Knowing that the sunshine and heat of your intentions linked with the authentic desires of your heart have created a lot of loveliness along this journey of your life. And they will continue to create a lot of loveliness along this journey of your life. So inhaling in, sweep your arms up and exhale again all the way over onto hands and knees. Do a little Komodo dragon wiggle right here. And then bring your spine towards neutral. Walk your hands, one hand step forward, tuck your toes, lift your knees, come into downward facing dog. Set your gaze towards your hands, deepen the bend in your knees, bring the feet forward, halfway lift. And exhale into chair. Rise all the way up. And you can grab a drink of your water and do a few monkey drums here. Ooh. Try not to bump into any plants. So we'll move into a few flows with our body to really bring in that idea of expressing gratitude and of really feeling filled by the things along the way that we have planted a seed for. Maybe it was this year, maybe it was 40 years ago, whatever it may be, bringing our body into that act of expressing gratitude. So coming all the way back to center, we'll take a few rounds of robin's breath, bringing that movement back into nature again, maybe seeing that robin up in the tree, seeing that worm, diving down to grab it, bringing it back up to show the sun, look what I got, and then diving back down to the tree before enjoying it. So just bringing our body through a few rounds there. Inhale, reaching your arms up. Exhale, hands, heart center. Breathe in. As you exhale, reach your fingers forward, bend your knees, round your spine, dive down. As you inhale, slow and steady, rise up, opening up to the sky. Exhale, bend your knees, and inhale right back to center. Really keeping your gaze slow and steady so that you can move rhythmically. So as you dive down, bringing your gaze down. As you start to lift up, straight ahead first. And then as you get up, choose whether or not you want to tip your gaze up. As you come down, keep your gaze up or straight ahead until you feel the belly come to the thighs, and then let the hands and the heart move down, and then look straight forward as you rise back to hands at heart center. A couple more rounds through robin's breath. Really rejoicing in that open-hearted feeling. And the swooping back down. Last time through. And working your way all the way to center. Putting the feet open and coming right into Brahma Dandasana, which I always think as the flow of really opening up to that inner wisdom within you, really tapping in to that source. And sometimes that source is in our gut. We trust our gut. And sometimes that source is in our heart. We really listen to the heart. And sometimes that source is in the mind. We're really trying to be logical. And then hopefully those three things connect and have a really good conversation with each other and bring to light what it is that we desire, what brings us joy. So starting here in Sun God, feeling your feet, feeling your heart. Inhale, rising up, hands pass through third eye on their way up to the sky. Exhale, bringing the spine towards parallel. As you breathe in, the wings might stay right here, might bend the elbows and pull back. And as you exhale all the way down, getting close to the ground, looking straight ahead, rising back up. And again, through the third eye, back down to heart center. Pause for a full in and out breath. And then flowing again. and down. We'll take this one more time through. Honoring that voice within you, that you can kind of get distractions away from, pull them away one at a time until it's just you and that voice. And bringing your hands down. So then I'd like us to go through the 4 directions, and just like any seed that we plant in the ground, it needs all of the elements. It needs the rain, it needs the sun, it needs the wind, and it needs the earth. And we're the same way. When we kind of have an intention, we need supports, we need tools, we need to be able to listen to our voice and trust our gut, trust our heart, trust our thoughts. But we also need other things around us. And for each of us, that's really, really unique. So as we start with the saluting the 4 directions, the first thing I want you to honor is your inner voice, that thing that you can tap into. And then as we move to the other 3 directions, I'll give you a moment to pause. You can think about what other things are my essential elements for growth other than me. Is it another person? Is it a practice? Is it a space? Is it any of the above? What is it that you need to feed that voice of yours to bring things into fruition? So beginning with yourself, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Let your thumbs touch that heart center, really giving you that sense of connection to yourself. Tailbone tucks just the tiniest bit, tapping you into your strength. And give this series of movements truly as a thank you, a source of gratitude to you. Inhale. Exhale, press the palms flat down. Inhale, slide them straight out in front of you. Exhale, sweep them open to T. Lift your gaze, bend your elbows, fingertips towards or to your forehead. Set your gaze straight ahead, press up, press down. Glide your arms back to T. Point your fingertips straight down, bringing the backs of your hands to press together. Inhale, hands, heart center. Exhale, a little bow of gratitude to the inner voice within you. Rising up, taking a quarter turn. All right. So you have another element out there that is a constant source of encouragement and nourishment to you. And again, it could be simply a practice. It could be your pranayama. It could be your meditation. It could be a human. It could be your partner, your best friend, a sibling. It could be a pet. Could be the land you live on. Could be anything. Just give yourself a moment here to consider one element that continuously contributes to your growth. Inhale. Exhale, press your palms flat down. Slide your arms straight out in front of you. Sweep to T, strong and steady through the legs, pelvis, the core. Lift your gaze, bend your elbows, fingertips to or towards your forehead. Look straight ahead, press up, press down. Glide your arms to T. Point your fingertips straight down. Bring the backs of your hands to press together. Inhale, heart center. Give a little bow of gratitude to this element that is a continued source of nourishment. Rising up, take a quarter turn. So hopefully you were lucky. And when I asked you to pick one, several popped up. And so there's already one waiting to have a moment to bask in the sunlight of your gratitude. But if you need another moment here to really decide what that constant source of encouragement is, sometimes that may be something that pushes us more than we want to be pushed, or something that encourages us to rest more than we want to rest. And once you have found what that element is for you here, take that nice long breath in. And as you exhale, press the palms down. Inhale, slide them straight out in front of you. And exhale, sweep to tea. Inhale, lift the gaze. Fingertips come to the forehead. And send the gaze straight ahead. Press up, press down. Drag the arms back to T. Point the fingertips straight down. Bring the backs of your hands to press together. Inhale, hands, heart, center. Give a little bow of gratitude to this element in your life that helps you grow. Rising up. And take your last quarter turn. So maybe thinking about all the things that you have gotten to harvest in your life. Friendships, actual real life food, things along the way that have just made a difference. And as you think of those things that you've gotten to harvest, what else has been a staple and allowing you to be able to get to a space of harvest? What's one more element that you can express gratitude towards? Breathe in. And as you exhale, pressing the palms flat down. Sliding them straight out in front of you. And sweeping to tea. Lifting your gaze, bending your elbows, fingertips to or towards the forehead. Look straight ahead, pressing up and down. Sliding your arms to tea with the fingertips pointing up. Point your fingertips down. Bring the backs of your hands to press together. Inhale, hands, heart center. Little bow of acknowledgement and gratitude to this element as well. Rising all the way back up. And let's come right back into monkey drum, opening your feet. Oh, goodness sakes. And slowing your momentum all the way back down. Okay. So from right here, let the feet open up. And you can turn your toes out to a 45-ish degree angle. We're just going to go through a few moonflowers and sunflowers right here. Kind of that yin and yang coolness of the night, unless it's 80 degrees, like I said. Come down into moonflower, knees bent, elbows come into the waist. And reaching up. And start the same way, but then let the body tip and round forward, flushing down. Inhaling all the way up. Taking a few more rounds through here. Moonflower. And sunflower. Moonflower. and sunflower. Last time through both poses. Rising up, and from here we'll come into therapeutic triangle. So letting the arms just open straight out. Turn your right toes forward and turn your left toes more out. So just a little adjustment of the feet, and you're probably a little bit tipped. So square the hips up, put a little bend in both knees before lengthening them both back out, and put a little tuck in the tailbone. Turn your gaze over the left fingers. Start to hinge through the waist forward, and then bend the front left knee. Rotate your hands, bringing the back of the left hand to the inside of the left thigh. You might need to do a little adjustment here with the feet, and then press both hands back, really opening the heart. Send your gaze up and slide your arm close to your face. As you exhale, slide the arm back and rotate your gaze down towards your mat. Lift your toes and put them back down while you're looking there. And as you inhale, slide the gaze and the arm near to each other. As you exhale, away. One more. Keep your front knee bent. Rise up. Bring the right hand to your right thigh. Reach the left arm up, coming into that nice reverse warrior. Pressing through the back foot, reaching through the top arm, but keeping the shoulder long and spacious. And release the hand and the head, coming back through center. You might choose to come into a forward fold, or you might need more swingy movement like monkey drum, but just give yourself a couple of breaths, finding a counter pose. And then working your way back up. So now this time the left toes face forward, the right toes face the opposite direction. So creating kind of a T. Reaching your arms up to T. Make sure you're not already tipped. Make sure you're nice and square in the pelvis, a little bit tucked and not locked in the knees. Then from the waist, start to pitch forward. That's going to end up tipping your hips for you. And when there's no reach left, bend into your right knee. Bring the back of your right hand down, angling up through the top. Press your arms back. Lift your gaze, and as you lift your gaze, slide the left arm close to your head. As you exhale, slide the arm back where it was and rotate your gaze down. First time here, lift the toes and then put them back down, and then sync up with your breath. Breathing in, take up the hand and the gaze get near. Breathing out to slide them away. And as you look down this last time, begin to lift up, bringing the left hand to the left thigh, bringing the right arm up with the gaze, coming into that reverse warrior, reaching up. Feel the pressure on the back foot for the length in the top hand. Create space in the top shoulder. And releasing, coming all the way back to center. Same thing, either monkey drum or standing forward fold. And then we'll end the standing sequence with our 8-limbed tree. Rising up or coming to center from whichever pose you were in. As you prepare for tree, just coming into a nice neutral mountain. Feel the fullness of your feet from heel to toes, from outside to inside. Place your hands on your hips and put a micro bend in your knees. Shift your weight to your right foot, come up onto your left toes, and start to kind of turn your left knee out, dragging in. As you do that, re-lengthen up through the right leg and allow that to slightly tip the pelvis under, just a little, helping you activate your core. You could stay with the toes here on the ground, or you could glide them up so that the heel is just below the knee. Wherever you're at, press leg into foot and foot into leg. Breathe in. Release your hands down to a downward pointing V. Slide your arms up to T. Flip your palms so they're face up and join first finger to thumb, mudra of unification. Come into cactus arms. Come into upward facing V. Arms reaching up, interlace your hands, release your steeple finger. And now as you exhale, we'll do the mudra of pouring out and letting go. Bring your hands down through heart center. When they get to your heart, turn your fingertips down. So now it's in front of your tummy. Let go of the hands and of the feet. Check it out. And we'll take that version of tree pose on the second side, coming right back into neutral. Fullness of the feet. Steadiness of the body, hands on the hip. Subtle bend. Shift your weight. Come up onto your toes. Rotate the knee open, drag over. Re-lengthen this leg. Feel all of that energy rising up, and then little knock of the pelvis so that you feel very strong, very stable. Deciding if the foot's coming up, and then push both feet to the center, both legs to the center. Release, pointing the fingertips down. Feel them grow and reach up. Rotating the palms, first finger to thumb. Bending the elbows. Upward facing V. Shoulders go press down as the fingers reach up. Reaching the arms long overhead, interlacing your fingers, letting the steeple finger come out. And then as you exhale, glide the hands down through heart center and tip the fingers down. Releasing the foot and the hands and shaking that out. Inhale, reaching your arms all the way up. And exhale, coming all the way down into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, come right back to that steady 4-point pose. Do again that little Komodo dragon wiggle. And then cross one ankle over the other, slide over your feet onto your seat. So for today, I'd kind of like us to just finish with a therapeutic twist and then stay in that seat for a couple of minutes of just meditation. But you can always just do this on your back. You can always meditate supine. So if you are more comfortable or would like that little extra oomph of rest, just come on down to your back and you'll take your twist there. Otherwise, if you're taking your twist seated, breathe in. Breathe out, bringing your hand to an opposite knee, the other hand behind you. Let the arms help you lengthen the spine and look over the back shoulder. Leave your body as it is and look over the front shoulder. Take a little rotation with the head. And look over the front shoulder. And look over the back shoulder using your arms for just a little more oomph. Releasing to the front. If you need to shift a little bit before twisting to the other side, just really listen to the body and kind of respond to what it wants before the next twist. And when you're ready for it, move right into it. Letting the exhale be the movement part and the inhale be the holding and expanding part. And once you have completed the twist on that side, bringing your body back to that space of either Sukhasana or Shavasana. And you might rest with your hands open on the knees or in the lap, or you might prefer to place them back on your body at heart and belly center. Think back. What was the seed you planted? Maybe in the intervening time, you've forgotten to appreciate your own labor and nurturance. Maybe what you have tended has become so commonplace to you that you hardly notice it anymore. This is often the case with seeds that grow slowly. Conversely, projects with a shorter grow are often diminished to being seen as stepping stones instead of full accomplishments. So take this moment to pause, to gather in your harvest, to breathe in gratitude for your own creations so that they can fill your heart. from the space of your seat, let your first finger and your thumb join that mudra of unification. And looking back to the idea that sometimes we listen to our gut, and sometimes we listen to our heart, and sometimes we listen to our mind. And through the pursuit of yoga, we are hoping to let them all really connect authentically with each other and share ideas and communicate. So with that thought, let's take our mantra of Om Namah Shivaya. I honor the light within. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Taking a nice full breath in, inhale and reach your arms up. Exhale, wrap yourself up in a loving embrace. Inhale and reach your arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. The inner light in me sees and honors the inner light in each and every one of you. Namaste.